The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. After the Sabbath, as the first day of the week was dawning, Mary Magdalene came with the other Mary to inspect the tomb. Suddenly, there was a mighty earthquake, as the angel of the Lord descended from heaven. He came to the stone, rolled it back, and sat on it. In appearance, he resembled a flash of lightning, while his garments were as dazzling as snow. The guards grew paralyzed with fear of him and fell down like dead men. Then the angel spoke, addressing the women. "Do not be frightened. I know you are looking for Christ the crucified, but he is not here. He has been raised exactly as he had promised. Come and see the spot where he was laid. Then go quickly and tell his disciples he has been raised from the dead and now goes ahead of you to Galilee, where you will see him. That is the message I have for you." They hurried away from the tomb, overjoyed yet fearful, and ran to carry the good news to his disciples. Suddenly, without warning, Jesus stood before them and said, "Peace." The woman came up, embraced his feet, and did him homage. At this, Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and carry the good news to my brothers, that they are to go to Galilee, where they will see me." The Gospel of the Lord. The very last instruction that is given to us before we begin the Easter Vigil is that the lights in the church are to be extinguished. The church is to be dark. This year in 2020, unfortunately, the church will remain dark. But as we gather in our darkened homes, we will do what we normally do in this beautiful place. We will bring out our candle and we will light the Easter candle, this beautiful sign and symbol that the light that is Christ is stronger than the darkness, that the love of God in Jesus Christ is more powerful than any darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome the light. That the love of God in Jesus Christ, that the life that is given to him is stronger even than death. The image, the sense of gathering in the dark this year is not simply metaphorical. We and our world knows the darkness and suffering and death all too well. We know the presence of great suffering, and we ourselves are still seeking to be able to find the light in that darkness. That we too struggle to be faithful to the light in the midst of the darkness. That in our suffering world, in those who are ill and those who have died, those who have lost work, those who are struggling, we see the real darkness. And yet we also know darkness does not have the last word. That the light of Christ is always more powerful. And so we light the candle, the great sign of triumph over sin and death, over the darkness of the world. The great sign and symbol of God's love, stronger than anything, more powerful, more compassionate. My friends, as we light our candle, we rejoice in Christ, who is our light, and we praise our God for what he has done for us. That in the midst of the darkness of our world, we know the light of Christ is always stronger. That the love of God that raised him from the dead will dispel the darkness within our own hearts, will shine forth for us and for our world. That the love of God who raised Christ from the dead is more powerful than anything. Christ is our light. Thanks be to God.